Okay, next one. Okay, this is where you need to make sure that there's no radical at the bottom of the fraction. In other words, you're going to rationalize this. So if you have only one radical at the bottom of the fraction, how would I be able to eliminate this radical? Anybody? If I multiply the top and bottom of this by what, then I won't get any radical at the bottom of the fraction.
3.
Remember, if I multiply any radical by itself, I'll get rid of the radical. Do you remember that? I said that? So what do I have to multiply the top and bottom of this radical with to get rid of the radical at the bottom of the fraction?
Square root of 6.
Square of 6, yeah. Because square of 6 times square of 6 gives me square of 36, which is 6. Now I have a radical here. And it's okay to have a radical at the top of the fraction. So which would be a right answer here? I have to reduce this, of course, right? That give me, if I reduce this turns to 1, this turns to 3. So that gives me negative radical 6 over 3. So what do I say? So this is how you rationalize it. So when you say radical at the bottom of the fraction, you just simply multiply the top and bottom of the fraction by that radical. That's how you get rid of the radical there. Okay, once again, check mark if you all can follow this, please. Now, this is also very important.
Can you go back to that one for 1 second? Go back to the other one for 1 second.
Of course. You see that? This one?
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Okay. When it's out, can you put a check mark if you follow me? So let's tell you, Sandra.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Yeah, I just want to know if you're there, so put a check mark if you're there still. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the next example here, we have two terms under the radical. So anybody know how would I get rid of the radical at the bottom of the fraction if you have more than one? So we just said if I have
square the equation.
If you have one term, I say I multiply by what I have done here, there. I rationalize it this way. But what if I have two? What if I have radical a plus 1? Now, what do I have to multiply top and bottom of the fraction with here in order to rationalize this? Anybody know? Now, that comes from this property, a plus b times a minus b. If I multiply any binomial by its conjugate, they call it, then I would get rid of any radical, because this results into a squared minus b squared. This is called difference of squares. If I multiply term by term, I get a squared right here. Now this would be negative ab, positive ab add up to 0, and then here would be b squared, which is right here. So this is something you have to remember. It's very important property we have here. It's called difference of squares. A plus b times a minus b. That would get rid of the radical because these squares here would cause to get rid of the radical. So what do I have to multiply the top and bottom of this example here with in order to eliminate the radical? Anybody? Would be radical a. If it's plus 1, we put the conjugate. What are you going to put here? Opposite of that number. What's that? It's plus 1. You would put what?
Minus.
Minus. It's minus. Just remember that. Minus. Because this would result into radical a squared minus 1 squared. So radical a squared would be now a minus 1. And then at the top, of course, you're moving the radical to the top of the fraction, which is fine. That's the graph.